What's up everyone and welcome back to the MMA Zone. Today, let's get started with Michael Chandler on fighting someone other than Conor McGregor next. Michael Chandler and Conor McGregor have been on a collision course with one another for almost 2 years now. During that time, many fans have questioned whether or not McGregor is truly coming back, alleging that Chandler is wasting his career by not accepting a fight in the meantime, while McGregor goes through the necessary testing in order to be eligible to return. During a recent episode of Bussin' with the Boys, Chandler was asked whether at any point he's considered taking a fight in the meantime in order to remain active. As the former Bellator MMA champion explained, although it seems as though he's been waiting for quite some time for McGregor, the Ultimate Fighter didn't even finish a year ago, and although he's had points where he's considered taking another fight, it's always been he and McGregor.
Yeah, no, there's definitely been times. It never got to the point where I was like, hey, it's happening soon. We're making a phone call. And also, I also never gotten a phone call, by the way, from the UFC. Hey, probably not happening. You should probably think about stop wasting some time, right?
Yeah,
that's never happened. There's other fights happening, happening within the top 7 of my division. I mean, there was 2 big fights that just got announced with Poirier fighting and Oliveira fighting another guy, Sarukian, and I got no calls from any of that stuff. So it's always been Chandler versus McGregor. It's just the question was when.
With that question still unanswered, it'll be interesting to see when McGregor and Chandler finally wind up competing against one another. Next up, let's take a look at Tom Aspinall breaks silence on UFC negotiations. Tom Aspinall has continued to pursue a fight while waiting for the heavyweight title fight between Jon Jones and Stipe Miocic to eventually play out. In addition to calling out Jones for fighting Miocic in a legacy fight rather than unifying the heavyweight championship, Aspinall has also called out Stipe Miocic on more than one occasion. According to the interim heavyweight champ, the UFC actually called him about a potential fight with Miocic at UFC 300. He took to social media with 3 posts. First writing, "While we're talking about Stipe Miocic, my manager was contacted by the UFC asking if I'd like to fight him on April 13th. I, of course, accepted." In a follow-up, Aspinall wrote, "A little later, we were told that Stipe Miocic doesn't want to fight me and only interested in fighting Johnny Bones." Aspinall then concluded his series of posts by writing, "On that note, I will stop crying, except it ain't gonna happen, and enjoy the fight that me and all the other fans want to see. Legend versus legend for the heavyweight title. Maximum respect, guys. Yay." According to Aspinall, who spoke in a video for his YouTube channel, with Jones and Miocic set to compete against one another when the champion is cleared to return, his sights are now set on defending the interim title in the meantime.
Jon Jones is going to fight Stipe, apparently. I will be fighting someone else in the meantime. Not sure who just yet. But I'll be keeping my options open and see what the next few months brings. Right now, I thought they were going to do me a fight on UFC 300. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. But we don't know. We're keeping the options open. I'm training twice a day. I'm staying prepared.
With reports indicating that the UFC will return to Manchester in the summer, it sounds as though Aspinall will likely look to defend his interim belt on the card. Now, let's shift gears and take a look at Alex Pereira is already a GOAT in MMA. When Alex Pereira joined the UFC, he was already a 2-division Glory Kickboxing champ, with plenty of additional hype surrounding him given his 2 victories over Israel Adesanya. After quickly rattling off 3 straight victories, Pereira was given a title shot against Adesanya, where he earned a 5th-round TKO win to cement his place as a UFC champion. Now, as a 2-division UFC champion, as well as a 2-division Glory Kickboxing champion, Pereira has gone from a legendary kickboxer to one of the most decorated combat sports athletes of all time. The way Chris Weidman sees it, Pereira is already one of the greatest fighters ever. During a recent episode of the Weekly Scraps alongside his friend and training partner, Aljamain Sterling, the former middleweight champ spoke about Pereira's record and his legacy.
Yeah. Look at Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira, because of Adesanya, got to ride up. He didn't go against any wrestlers or anything. He got to ride up to get that fight with Adesanya. Yeah. And then he made the most of it. Like, what's his record? 9-1 or 9-2?
Yeah, something like that.
He's going to go down as one of the greatest fighters ever. Like, he's a champ. Like, this is kind of crazy. Well, I guess he's not champ. He won in 2 different divisions.
While he currently sits atop the 205-pound division, Pereira has also teased a potential move back down to 185 in order to reclaim the middleweight title in the wake of Sean Strickland's loss, which would only further his MMA legacy. Next, let's take a look at UFC Fight Updates. On the heels of the UFC's first pay-per-view card of the year, the promotion has gone to work, booking 5 fights for the upcoming UFC Vegas 88 card on March 16th. Without further ado, let's jump right in. First up, we have a middleweight bout between Gerald Meerschaert and Bryan Barberena, where Meerschaert will look to snap a 2-fight skid, and Barberena will look to snap a 3-fight skid. Also, reportedly booked for the card, we have a lightweight fight between Mike Davis and Nathan Levy, where Davis will look to build on a 3-fight win streak after taking over a year off, and Levy will look to build on a 2-fight win streak of his own. Shifting gears, reports have also indicated that an Ultimate Fighter rematch between Pani Kianzad and Macy Chiasson will take place on the card, with Kianzad looking to bounce back after a loss to Ketlen Vieira and Chiasson looking to bounce back after a loss to Irene Aldana. In the women's bantamweight division, a fight between Josiane Nunes and Chelsea Chandler has also been reportedly added to the card, with Nunes looking to extend her unbeaten record inside the octagon and Chandler looking to bounce back after a July loss to Norma Dumont. Last but certainly not least, the card will also reportedly feature a featherweight bout between Joshua Coulibaugh and Danny Silva, where Coulibaugh will look to bounce back after a loss to Lerone Murphy, and Silva will look to make his successful UFC debut after a win on Dana White's Contender Series in March. Next, let's take a look at Michael Bisping reacts to Sean Strickland frustrations. After his loss to Dricus du Plessis, Sean Strickland was gracious inside the octagon, congratulating the newly crowned champ on the win. After the dust had settled, however, Strickland took to social media, posting a clip of du Plessis aggressively taking head position during a clinch sequence along the cage while taking aim at the newly crowned champ in the caption. The clip has continued to be a source of debate for MMA fans, with some arguing that the referee should have stepped in, and others alleging that du Plessis did nothing wrong. In a recent video for his YouTube channel, Hall of Famer and former middleweight champion Michael Bisping weighed in.
A headbutt is intentional, a clash of heads is accidental. And maybe there was an accidental clash of heads. But unfortunately, in mixed martial arts, one of the toughest sports on the planet, things like that happen and you've just got to roll with it. That's how it goes, okay? I mean, I've had it myself. I fought with one eye. But the reality is these things just happen. And the comeback from Dricus du Plessis, why don't you cry about it again? As I say, 10-8, 10-7, no, that's a knockout. That's a TKO. Wipe the floor, it's done.
While many fans want to see the pair run things back, given how close the fight actually was, all signs point to the UFC booking a fight between du Plessis and Israel Adesanya, meaning Strickland will have to work his way back into title contention. In addition, former middleweight champion Robert Whittaker is eager to get his revenge on du Plessis after his loss last year, explaining on the MMA Arcade podcast,
in my personal view, because he beat me before and I want that rematch. I want to rematch him. Obviously, that's not what I'm thinking about at the moment. I want to fight Costa, but Dricus is on a list of people I want to rematch. But seeing that fight from him, it made me realize that I did not prepare adequately for him. I did not give him the respect he deserves.
Should Whittaker pick up a victory against Costa, the former champ could find himself in a position to fight in a title eliminator as he continues to pursue a rematch with du Plessis. Next, let's take a look at Juliana Pena slams Amanda Nunes' return. After driving for 4 days with her family to be in attendance at UFC 297, Amanda Nunes revealed to Megan Olivi backstage that although she believes she made the right decision by retiring, she hasn't entirely closed the door on a potential return to the UFC. The news took many fans by surprise, with many members of the MMA community excited about the possibility of the former champ returning to action. One woman who is enthusiastic about Nunes' return, however, is former women's bantamweight champion Juliana Pena, who took aim at Nunes during a recent appearance on the MMA Hour. As Pena recalled, at Nunes' final fight, she was insistent that the Lioness stick around in order to wrap up their trilogy. With Nunes' latest announcement, Pena is taking a victory lap of sorts after her prediction came true.
Because she's over there telling Megan Olivi that she's coming back out of retirement. So I was right. And it's just a Mystic Pena once again. Look, great for business. I've been trying to coax her into coming back this entire time. So it's absolutely beautiful for everyone. And I knew that she wasn't going to be able to stay away. So I was like, she's just doing that retirement for attention. You know, it's just ridiculous.
While it's unclear whether Nunes will actually return to the octagon, indications are that Pena will compete against Raquel Pennington for the title before the end of the year. Joe Rogan speechless after bold Nickal comments. In addition to his highlight reel of mispronounced names, former UFC heavyweight Brendan Schaub has gone viral on more than one occasion for both funny and nonsensical claims. During the UFC 297 pay-per-view card over the weekend, Schaub joined longtime commentator Joe Rogan on the special Fight Companion episode of his Joe Rogan Experience podcast alongside comedian Joey Diaz and 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu founder Eddie Bravo. While the content was well received by fans, Schaub had two funny moments that have continued to go viral throughout the MMA community, claiming that Raquel Pennington, who competed against Mayra Bueno Silva in the co-main event, is close with Johnny Depp, and for dubbing Bo Nickal as the Tim Tebow of the UFC. The latter was met with silence from Rogan, who was left absolutely speechless by the comparison.
Check. Checks all boxes.
Yeah.
He's the Tim Tebow of UFC.
Tebow notably had a stellar NCAA career before then struggling to find his place in the NFL, leaving many fans wondering just what Schaub meant by the comment, given that he and the JRE crew were praising Nickal. Make sure to leave a comment and you might get featured in our next video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to never miss any MMA news. Check out our video from yesterday if you missed it. See you tomorrow.